just wanted to show you guys some things we've been doing around here, and hopefully it'll provide more of a story for the channel, and just maybe get people more involved in what I got going on. So I'm just going to take you guys around, show you a few things and a few videos that you may have already seen or that you can expect to see here in the future. Alright, there's the flower bed we put in. It did look good. We had a couple flowers die, but when we mowed, we got grass in there, and it's really almost impossible to get that grass out. So if you got a good idea on getting that grass out, that would be great. So my brother-in-law, he gave me these to try to work on. We got this one fixed. We took it apart, put it back together. It runs great. So we're going to take it out there and till up in the garden that I'll show you, and we're going to try to plant some corn. I got this as kind of try to learn how all this stuff works a little bit better, and then maybe build some kind of cart. I'm actually going to try to turn it into more of a three-wheeler that's low for the kids, that they might be able to use it, and we'll see. But that's going to be a learning experience as I learn how all these different things go together. There's a $20 lawnmower that we bought and fixed. So we're planting Bermuda seed. Ugh, let me tell you something, Bermuda grass is expensive. So one thing I want to do is, I know it sounds crazy, but I want to turn this into a melting furnace. So I got some high temperature blankets here and some high temperature casting mortar, kind of like plaster Paris. And then if all done properly, with a crucible, I should be able to melt at a minimum aluminum, if not more. So right here I'm working on it's an oil spray nozzle, so it'll be a waste oil burner. So that's one way one firing technique for heat. Sounds crazy, but that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Still love my Harbor Freight chair. So the other day when I was riding the four-wheeler, man, having this trailer on there, so good. We've been moving sticks and everything. But the other day when I had the four-wheeler on there, I pulled the hose back from where we were watering, and of course, like a genius, I piled it up right in front of my four-wheeler. So when I went to take off, unbeknownst to me, I wrapped the hose around my four-wheeler tires. Well, once I got around the fence over there, it jerked me, and I noticed that it was wrapped up in my tires. Well, not a big deal. So I started to try to take it off the tires, and I was upset. My wife's trying to tell me don't keep moving it, but I'm like, I got it off, and then I would try to go forward again, and it would jerk it. So I ended up jerking the hose thing off the house, and just caused a big old mess. But we got it all back together, and no permanent injuries except to the hose that has a hole in it. So, but it was a 120-foot hose, so it was a little bit expensive. So we're going to try to fix that. I've been using this thing that a friend let me borrow, and this is what I use to pull over the yard. I rake the yard with it to help me plant the seeds out there. So got all that going. There's the hose that caused the incident. Well, I caused the incident by not paying attention to what I did with the hose. And there's a hole in it somewhere. Oh well. So my buddy Ron that lives there, he's got a tractor very similar to me. He's been clearing out some pathways back there, so we're starting to get a little bit better mobility back there with the four-wheelers and the tractors, but still got a lot of stuff we got to do. Here comes my chickens. They follow me like dogs. Here's our garden. Still got some yellowing on those leaves, but it's starting to get better. So, and again, these are all above ground beds that, man, I bought topsoil and fertilizer and compost and everything and mixed them in there. So I don't know what caused all that yellowness, but we got our squash growing, blueberry bushes, and man, I tell you what we're not having a problem growing, and this is right into the soil. I just piled this up. These are our potatoes. They're growing like crazy. I never would have thought. But, you know, especially it's like when I cut them in half, I let them sit way too long, and some of them, you know, I thought were already rotten, and just planted a few in there not thinking anything was going to happen, and they started growing. They're growing great. So all these, everything you see was from seed except for the flowers and the you know, the rosemary or whatever, but everything else, everything is from seed. So we're just kind of waiting on it. It just takes time, but everything seems like it's doing all right. So just takes time, watering every day, water, and just staying after it. So we're trying to put in some work on the shed. As you can see, my neighbor way over there, if you can see him, he's kind of started painting his shed a little bit, so we got to get together on this one. But we put up some lattice there with some chicken wire behind it, keep the chickens from getting out. But we leveled this shed, so obviously I don't even know if you know, but it was so crooked. I'll try to throw some video in there of what we had to do. But we got all our chicken stuff in here, got all our garden stuff, and then we just got some shelves from Patty and Ashley. So once we, you know, it's just gonna take a day. There's just so many things that go on, and you can only kind of commit to so many of them, so you can only get so much done, right? So every day takes a little bit of time, but it's looking good. We've been getting the sticks out slowly. I've took a box blade to all this back here, got some trails going. Probably see some dove back there. Took a box blade to this and got it going. Our neighbor, he breaks his yard every day. I think he's retired, so but you can see he's got a burn pile and I got one. So we just rake it up, pile it up, and burn it. And so I just tested out to see if the chickens would eat my Bermuda grass seed, and they are smart enough not to eat it. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag the rest of the yard and plant the grass seed and see if some of it'll grow. It's just so expensive. That's all we got going on, so stay tuned. Check out some of the videos if you like to watch chickens eat. Stay tuned for some of our chicken time videos. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and follow the story.